Hey, what's going on, guys? The Langbanger here. I have a new profile for you, and I wanted to go over Invoked Shaddoll. So, as you would probably guess, with El Shaddoll construct coming back, this naturally gave me, the motivation to, obtain these cards and create this profile for you all. So the first thing that I wanted to state is, as with all my profiles, this is a budget-friendly build. So you're not going to see anything that's too expensive in here. So if you do have a little bit more money, then you could invest a little more into this deck. So pretty much maybe like the big things you would want to have in here is potentially maybe some other hand traps. Maybe you would want Borreload or Boral Sword. I'm not sure how often you would actually have that many monsters on the board to be able to bring those out, but that's just a quick example. So I don't often do it as well, but I do have an extra deck for you. But I wanted to also show off this mat here. This mat is absolutely insane. You should be able to get these at your local shop. I got this off of eBay, so just insane. There are sleeves as well that have these two Dark Magician and Yugi on them, I believe, so I want to get those as well. But let's go into the profile. So you have 3 Alistair, then you have 3 Valor, you have 3 Ash, and now on to the Shaddolls. You have 3 Hedgehog, you have 2 Beast, you have 2 Dragon, 2 Falco. So that's the Shaddoll package. I have 1 Mathematician, and then I have 2 Pankratops. So that list may seem a little odd, but I kind of wanted to have a little mix of stuff that's good going first, stuff that's good going second. If your opponent goes off, has something they really, is really shutting you down, you have Pankratops to potentially take care of that. 1 Mathematician, I didn't want to go overkill on that because you see that I'm not going overkill on the amount of Shaddolls that I'm using. So it's nice to have like as a one-of. I don't think I need any more than that. 3 Valor, 3 Ash, that's pretty good protection. If you have the Drone Lockbirds, maybe you want to use that, maybe the Ghost Bell, depending on, what your meta's like at your locals or regionals. So, there's a lot of room to kind of shift things around. The only Shaddoll that I'm using 3 of is Hedgehog, and the reason for that is, that's that one card that allows you to just fill up your hand. So once you fuse, you can get a card back, from your deck to your hand. So that way you're not losing advantage. I mean, all the other Shaddolls do stuff, but that's for sure going to give you a monster. So I think that's good stuff. Now on to the spells. You have 3 Magical Meltdown. I was iffy on cutting this down to 2, but for the time being, I am using 3. Then you have 2 Invocation. I was originally using 3, but now I'm kind of using some more text in this deck. I'm not entirely sure that you need 3 because, you can get to them pretty easily. Onto the Shaddoll spells, you have 3 Shaddoll Fusion, and then I have 1 El Shaddoll Fusion. So, El Shaddoll, it's at least at 2, maybe 3. I'm just using 1 for now because this is a mixture deck. Like if this was pure Shaddoll, I'd be using more El Shaddolls, and maybe I would even be using Nef Shaddoll because I think that's a really cool card. So that's up to you what you want to do with ratios. Continuing on to the spells. 3 Mind Control. The reason for this, there's quite a variety. Sorry for the glare. There's quite a variety of, monsters and types that are being used in the game. So Mind Control actually is insane. I mean, you'll see what my extra deck, what I decided to go with. I mean, this just helps break up boards, and basically whatever you're able to take, you should be able to fuse with it. So I did not have room for all the monsters in my extra deck, which I will get to in a second, but that's something else where you can shuffle things around. I then have 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. I was going to use Secrets as well, but I thought that was a little overkill. This is just one of those cards where it's nice, just to be able to draw your 2 every now and then. So it's not doing anything, you know, too crazy. You could also use Spellbook Magician of Prophecy as well, and then with that I was maybe thinking of using El Shaddoll Anoitis, or however you say it. So there's like a lot of flexibility with this deck, but it's just really neat because pretty much the bulk of your monsters are spellcasters. Outside of Pankratops and Ash, I think everything's a spellcaster, so that's just really good utility. So on to some one-ofs for spells. I'm using 1D Fusion, 1 card Distraction, that's a win button right there, Reborn, Foolish Burial, Instant Fusion, and Super Poly. That's like another win button. So Super Poly, just absolutely crazy that we actually got that back. This is one of the few decks that can like truly utilize this. Now people are, you know, siding this just so that they can out a Thunder Dragon board, but for us, you can see that we have a lot more options because you can go into your Invoked fusions as well as Shaddolls. So that's just absolutely insane. So that was the main deck. I'm not using any traps because more so you're just trying to create a board and then just, you know, hopefully it just shuts your opponent down. Another card I was thinking of using was Secret Village. So again, like if you want to adjust this to where like I truly want to focus on going first, maybe you want to do that because you have a lot of spellcasters, but I just decided not to go with that. So that could definitely be a side deck kind of a card, depending on the matchup you play against. So that was the main deck. That's 41 cards. Onto the extra deck. You have 3 window. I decided to go with this because just to be able to stop, you know, your opponent from summoning multiple cards like in a turn, or, you know, just creating a crazy board. I mean, there's just a lot of value in that. So that's why I decided to go with 3. You could probably get away with 2, and you'll see that you're using a lot of other attributes too. So maybe you want to, you know, toy around with that. I have 1 Shekinaga, and then I have 1 Construct. So I am missing Grista, I'm missing Wendigo, and I'm missing Anoitis. So the water, the fire, and the wind. So if you guys wanted to use any of those, you could certainly do so. You would have to find the space for it, but I just decided to go with these. So that's, you know, my choice, totally up to you. So on to the Invoked. I'm using 2 Macabre. I'm using 1 Purgatrio, 1 Ragin, 1 Caliga, 1 Magnolelica, 1 Elysium. So those were the Invoked fusions. So another thing like with this deck, especially with the Master Rule 4 of Links, I mean, Links really like hindered a deck like this because you can easily get a card into your first, you know, into your link zone, you know, your main monster zone or whatever it's called, but like unlocking your other zones, that's actually kind of difficult. So it's like you have to play like the grind game. You can't really like one-shot your opponent anymore like this deck used to be able to do. So, you know, just keep that in mind. So continuing on, I'm using the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. So you just need 2 dark monsters. So with that, you know, you can out a Thunderboard. So that's just really good stuff. So Super Poly. And then I'm using 2 links. I'm using 1 Landficornis, however you say that, and 1 Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. Glare's kind of bad, sorry. So that rounded off my extra deck. So I kind of wanted to go with some more links, but I'm just using 2 link 2s just so you can unlock more zones. Alistair's pretty cool, and this card, I mean, I guess you could like debate on which ones like you want to use, but I just feel like having 2 downward pointing arrows, I just think that that's the best route. So that was my profile, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know if you have any, you know, suggestions or comments for this deck, and I will see you next time. Peace.